Hello, this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio. That is a 14 by 14 inch canvas covered with some Sherwin-Williams white latex house paint in a satin finish that I have written down in the description, which will also be close to the colors and the Colourarte coupon code. So I'm going to grab a palette knife, hopefully my large palette knife, and I'm just going to play with colors like Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold, and I'm going to play with other colors. The Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold is actually from Golden, but I'm going to play with other colors from Colourarte, like Royal Sapphire and Mystique. Royal Sapphire is a prism pour. Mystique is a primary element. So I don't know how this black cell activator, Amsterdam black cell activator with Aussie Floetrol, and I'm going to use the Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold, and we're going to find out what happens. And I may scoop and drag if I don't see much of anything occurring. I also have some Pebeo Iridescent Blue Green. It's a cell activator, which I'm really curious to see what would happen. That's not very open. If I combine it with something like Wild Orchid. No idea what I'm doing, but I'm determined to get outside my scoop and drag comfort zone and experiment in ways I have not experimented of recent. I really like the Wild Orchid, so I'm thinking I'm going to take some Wild Orchid and some, that's a prism pour, and Indigo Violet, another prism pour. Just because it's here, let's use some of this Violet Opal, which is a new prism, which is a new primary element. It's actually a new Vivid Intense, and I've been wanting to use some of it. Okay, so is it going to be the white? I'm going to use the white, Amsterdam white and Aussie Floetrol. I'm also going to put some more Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold down. And I'm not layering them on top of each other because I want to see what they look like individually. There's nothing normal about any of this. I think I'm going to pull in some of the Mayan gold though. Now I want the larger part of this palette knife on that. I noticed there was some color on the bottom, so I decided to go ahead and use it up. Now in between I'm using my studio rag, which is a cut up pair of sweatpants, dampened. So I'm not seeing as many cells as I would like to see. And I have some gold that I haven't used for a long time, which means it may not work at all. Actually, let me use the gold that I'm pretty sure has a better shot, which would be an Atelie pale gold, which is looking very liquidous, and a little bit of black. Yeah, so far this is just making me want to do want to grab the Mayan Gold, which pretty much invariably works for me quite well. I'm getting some cells. I got cells out of that. That's interesting. My Mayan Gold is a little bit plugged up. See if I can pull the clot out of the top. I got it. Yay. Now maybe I should grab a smaller palette knife. I think that's a good idea. I was looking for a simple color palette. I was basically looking for Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold and turquoise. But I'm not getting much of the Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold. You know what I'll do about that? I'll just add some to the gold. I'm compelled, as long as I know that there's still cell activator on the bottom of my palette knife, something compels me to go ahead and use it. And in this case, I'm getting cells, more cells there than I have anywhere else. There, I like the fact that I have some Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold coming up. Makes me want to just throw caution to the winds and put less black cell activator, spread it out more, and do the same thing with the gold, Mayan Gold. I guess I'm not keeping track well enough. I'm not sure what the Atelie did. This is sort of like mark making, except for it's going to become accidental art, so you have no idea what you're going to get in the end. So where's my other palette knife? So I'm going to scoop and drag some of those, sort of because I can. And if I stop, I'll have accomplished the somewhat simple color palette that I have been craving. I like traversing or passing over or interrupting marks. My paint is still pretty heavy, so that means I can scoop and drag with ease. I don't really want to destroy those cells. I like those cells a lot. Let's see what these will do. I don't mind the gray. I don't have enough of that Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold. I'm going to steal some of this because it's nice and deep. I could probably, oop, I dripped. It's okay. What did I not use that I'm still feeling like using some of? Everything. I didn't use any of that. This is Prussian Violet, which I use occasionally to color white paint. I'm going to try some of the white cell activator with some of that Prussian Violet. Wow, that's so dark. And it sells so nicely. Wow, I wish I'd started with that. How far will it go? Can I continue to use it? It's kind of a cool composition. I can feel my head running into my little piece of tape that has a marble dangling off it to keep my head out of your view. I keep dripping. Must be meant to be. And most of this was put down just with a palette knife, so I don't know what to learn from that. I kind of want to try some of this indigo violet, but I'm actually craving blue more. So let me grab some Egyptian blue, because it's sort of in the color palette we're using, with the exception of the Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold. And it's not that different looking. It's a Prizm pour. It's not that different looking than the Prussian violet. I'm just not sure it's going to sell. Kind of feel like I ought to be putting a few marks in, sort of like with a skewer. I like the purple. I kind of feel like I need more. Oh. There's really nothing keeping me from putting some more purple in there if I want to. It's kind of an out there composition. I'm thinking that very shortly I'm going to spin this out. So I'm going to move some bottles out of my way right now. Which will take me a moment for sure. I've got to think about that purple. I really like it. Maybe we'll try and spin it out and see what happens as a result. Move my palette knives out of the way, or wipe it off at least. I might want it again in a second. You can never tell. Now I've got a tool as opposed to a skewer. With a big paintball in the end. I think a lot of things are going to disappear around the edges, but nothing really super important is there anyway, with the exception of this. And I really like this bunch of Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold. So if I thin the paint there and steal a little color, shouldn't be a problem. Alright, am I done? I'm not sure I'm done. But then I'm never sure I'm done. Wipe that off again for the first time. Simple color palette. I kind of like the design actually, to tell you the truth. It was fun composing. It won't look anything like this. Let's move my turntable back so I can spin it easily. Sometime I'm actually going to do what I say I'm going to do and use just the turquoise and the Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold. I have so many beautiful turquoises though it makes it really difficult to choose. I think this is neat. It's got a lot of dimension. It looks like stuff in space. I don't think I'm done spinning though, which is kind of too bad because a lot of times I do like the design before it gets spun all the way out, but I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. I am a hard spinner, so I imagine you could probably accomplish pretty much the same thing in more time if you took your time. And I'm looking to see if my edges are covered, and it looks like I could use another spin, and that's okay because I'm really liking what I've got, with the exception of that one thing I'm seeing right there. Which is just kind of weird. And I don't think it'll hurt anything to make it look more attractive. Let's see if I can find, there we go. Seems like my my canvas is fairly equidistant in the center of the bars, which is not a bad thing at all, because that usually helps get the paint more evenly over. That's cool! That is really cool. But I really want all my edges covered. Alright, I've got 3 minutes left to tell you I do sell my artwork, and I need to. It would be a big help to sell some artwork. Please give me your thumbs up, and when you share my videos, you help me out. Your comments keep my morale boosted. Thank you so much. I give lessons at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. I am going to try and shimmer this at you. I'm loving those shapes. That's outstanding and unusual, and I'm not sure if there's a best way up. Ooh, I like that way. I mean, I really like that way. Although, the sign of a good composition is that you can move it in all 4 directions, and it looks good always. I did keep my color palette fairly simple, and I'm pretty happy about that. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you join me again. I post at 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have playlists you can find by going to my YouTube channel. There's 29 organized by the 100, and the rest are organized by topic and genre. Let me see if I can get right down there and shimmer. That wild orchid is gorgeous. The gold Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold will not be shimmery. It almost looked like a cat hair in there. I don't know what it is, but I hope it's not a cat hair. I get some fine things. I like how the cells worked out. The cells are pretty. So underneath the video, you're going to find that 20% off Colourarte coupon code. And it might be more, it's worth checking. And 10% off Pixel Paint Designs coupon code. That'll get you Australian Floetrol, Boom Gel, Pebeo paints, and more things worth checking out. And on my Linktree, I have a couple of websites: Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, Facebook group, Expressionist, Fluid Art Studio, Appreciation, and more. And Society 6 and Legalist, Spring Clothing, Pixels.com, and Fine Art America are all places you can have my artwork reproduced and what they create. My Amazon link would be a big help if people would shop there. It doesn't seem like anyone is anymore, but I would really appreciate it. And you can go there at no added cost to you, and it does help me out eventually if enough people shop there. And my 2 books are there, which is a really good reason for going. Check them out. There's ebooks as well as soft covers. That's Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities are what they're called. Whatever I've forgotten. I give lessons at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. Whatever I've forgotten. My paint pouring recipes are underneath. Show more. And I will be torching briefly, probably looking for bubbles and popping them with a skewer. I'm wondering what I've forgotten. I can't see that there's much of anything left. My community board is going to show you tomorrow's video, probably tonight if you want, for tomorrow's video at 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, if I said that. If you need to get in touch with me, please feel free to use my community board. Also, I love you guys. I want you to take care of each other, take care of yourselves. I will see you anon. I will shimmer at you one more time. I'll try and shimmer better. I'm not a good shimmerer, evidently. But you can always check my Instagram, because lots of times the night before the video plays, I will post a reel of what it looked like when it was fresh. I love you guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. I probably said that twice. Bye for now. Priscilla out.